Distinguished President and dear friend, Mr. Ilhan Aliyev, distinguished ministers in the government of Azerbaijan and ministers in the government of Serbia, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. It gives me an honor to open the first session of the Strategic Partnership Council between the Republic of Serbia and the Republic of Azerbaijan. The special symbolic of today's meeting and council session is because it is taking place on the most important day for the Republic of Serbia, national holiday, the statehood day, which we celebrate with the closest friend, President Ilham Aliyev, and dear guests from the Azerbaijan. This session is a turning point in our bilateral relations and a clear proof of the joint political will to put the relations between our two countries at a high strategic level. Let me remind you that this council stemmed from the joint vision and the agreement with my dear friend, President Ilham Aliyev. The Republic of Serbia has meetings in such a format only with few countries. Allow me to particularly underline that the presence of President Aliyev, as well as high-level officials and ministers in both the government of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Republic of Serbia, speaks clearly about the importance that both sides attach to this council. I am convinced that our today's work will be aimed at concrete results, clear arrangements and vision of long-term cooperation. I'll make my introductory speech much shorter, and I'm begging at least Serbian ministers to do the same, because we cannot be late with our addresses to journalists, and please be respectful to that. Wanted to add just a few things. Dear friend, Mr. President, and dear friends from Azerbaijan, we are very much determined to develop the very best strategic partnership with our friendly country, Azerbaijan, and we'll devote ourselves to that, which means that we'll work diligently in order to improve our relations in all different fields, in all different spheres. And as it always goes with the friends, we'll face some hurdles, we'll face some issues, but we'll always be able to resolve it. And what will never expire, it's our desire for friendship, for creating better relationship and interconnecting each other much faster and much stronger. We are going to open a direct flight line very soon between Belgrade and Baku that will connect us much better than it used to be the case in the past. At the same time, in all different fields, culture, sport, to economy, agriculture, industry, military technical cooperation, I'm absolutely sure that we'll get the ceiling of possible relationships between any two countries in the world. Wanted to add just one more thing. I learned a lot from Ilhan Aliyev, from my dear friend. Not only today, but that's why I spent more time than expected even today. I always use that opportunity to learn more from him. And I plan to do this. I plan to do so in the future as well. And I know that he is a very dedicated friend. And I know that we can expect many good things from Azerbaijan, and I believe that Azerbaijani people can always expect only good things from Serbia and Serbian people. And I'm begging you, Serbian ministers, to be as diligent, as dedicated as our Azerbaijani counterparts. And wish you good work. I'm going to visit Azerbaijan relatively soon again, and before that we need to deliver many results. I was discussing Dubravka, in particular the issue of gas-fired power plant with President Aliyev. And I was begging President to participate personally in that issue, because I was saying very honestly what we are able to do, what we are not able to deliver on. And I got guarantees from Mr. President that he himself will be very helpful on this. And after we finish this pre-feasibility study, we need to speed up all the other procedures and everything else. Dear friends from Azerbaijan, please feel at home here in Serbia. You are very welcome. And dear President, wish you, your family, your people, your nation all the best, and hope to hosting you as often as it is possible, and it has to be more often. Many thanks and very welcome to Serbia. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Mr. President, dear friends. First of all, thank you for invitation. Very glad to be back to Serbia. And also grateful to my friend Alexander to have a time for me, not only on Sunday, but also on the day of national holiday. And by the way, congratulations with the Statehood Day. The very fact of that really demonstrates the level of sincerity between us, that we don't have any borders, we don't have any time limits, we don't have any reservations if we talk about our friendship and how to strengthen our cooperation. I had an extensive discussion with my friend President. As always, very impressed with his vision, with his knowledge and expertise about different aspects of today's geopolitical development. Situation in Balkans, in Caucasus, broader region is developing in a very rapid way with a lot of unexpected scenarios, so we must be prepared, and also we must be in permanent contact in order to exchange views, exchange information, some analysis about what is happening in order to maximum degree achieve our target. By the way, today, Statehood Day, is a day when we think about statehood, and I want to congratulate Serbian people and President with achievements in strengthening the Serbian statehood. The country is developing successfully under the leadership of President, strengthening its statehood, its state institutions, and we are very glad to observe that, because Azerbaijan and Serbia are very friendly countries. And today's inaugural meeting of the Strategic Committee also is a great illustration of the fact that what has been decided and agreed is being implemented. I'm accompanied today with almost half of members of the government, and this in itself demonstrates that there are a lot of things to discuss between members of delegations, between all of us. And prior to the visit of my friend Alexander to Azerbaijan, soon this year, we need to have already results of today's visit. And I ask all the members of Azerbaijani delegation to treat this with a maximum level of seriousness, so that, as always, what we agree, we implement, and in a relatively short period of time. Alexander already identified the areas of partnership, and really, if we look at the agenda and also at today's agenda of our session and presentations by corresponding ministers, we see that the agenda is getting broader. We not only work closely on political track, on international arena, we implement important projects for our economies, for our industries, and President Vučić mentioned the construction of the power plant. I think this is an important indicator of how we diversify cooperation in the energy sector. We started with gas cooperation, and now we move towards the next stage, already how to utilize this gas with the maximum efficiency for both of us, to convert it into the final product, electric energy. And this will be one of the major Azerbaijani investments in Europe in recent years. And this is also a demonstration of a high level of mutual trust, because you invest only in the country where you have good relations and you trust in your partners. You know that stability and development in Serbia under the wise leadership of Aleksandar Vučić will be important factor for long time. Taking into account that we will have to be on time at the press statements, I also want to limit my comments with what I've said, and also to give opportunity to our teams to give their presentations. Once again, thank you for hospitality and invitation.
На заседании с докладами выступили председатели межправительственных комиссий и другие профильные министры. Были обсуждены вопросы сотрудничества между Азербайджаном и Сербией в области энергетики, инвестиций в возобновляемые энергетики, туризма, сельского хозяйства, культуры и других областях. Главы государств дали поручения по расширению сотрудничества по указанным направлениям, представлению конкретных проектов. С удовлетворением было отмечено, что с мая этого года будут запущены авиарейсы Баку-Белград. Выражена надежда на то, что это внесет вклад в развитие гуманитарных контактов и туризма между нашими странами. Затем президенты Ильхам Алиев и Александр Vučić подписали постановление первого заседания Совета стратегического партнерства между Республикой Сербия и Азербайджанской республикой.